My people, it's about that time.
Like a boss.
Live from the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Today we are looking at the live price update for Binance with regards to CZ's official release from federal custody. My man got some street cred right now. They said he is the richest man ever to be sent to prison in the history of the United States. And we go look to see how it affects the charts, and most importantly, how you can profit as the greatest transformation of wealth in the history of humanity. So if this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK, also known as the Crypto Trader, and I'm the boss of these charts, as you will soon find out. Every day I grace this microphone with my voice is another day you can profit as a result, and today is no exception. So make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, turn your notifications on, all the above, because my mission is to help as many people make as much money as possible when it comes to this crypto game. I done already changed my life, so let me help you change yours. This is one of the ways we do it. We give away free Bitcoin every single Friday. Is late at night, almost midnight on Friday. I think I'm gonna upload this tomorrow morning, but nonetheless, here we are. So let's pick a winner. I did 4 videos this week. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we will roll a dice. The first one is going to tell us the video, and the second one is going to tell us a comment. So we need a number lower than 4. It's always random, and it's always in the moment. 3. Okay, good. And then now this number will tell us the comments. So comment for video 3. 1, 2, 3. Solana. This was a fun one. I like my little alien wallpaper. Let's see. Let's jump into it. And we want comment number 4, right? Yeah. 1. Do I always count as 1? I feel like I don't count. I won't count mine as 1. And also, if it's a bot, then we'll just skip to the next eligible one. So, 1. Actually, yeah, I guess. No, I don't. 1, 2, 3. H-Town! What it do? Roderick! Yes, sir! Shoot me a message on Telegram at the boss BK to get paid. So it's just that easy to get paid, everybody. Every single Friday, I do a Bitcoin giveaway. So if you want to win some free BTC, just shout me out a comment. Let me know where in the comments you watching this video from, or if you want to see another chart. Any chart you want to see, just leave it in the comments. I'm gonna get to those as well. So let's jump into the good stuff. This is Binance founder CZ released from federal custody. My man did 4 months on the books. You know what I'm saying? It said Binance founder, former CEO, walked free from a United States federal prison on September 27th after serving a 4-month stint for AML violations. Say the government always got to get paid, and when you are a threat, you are complicit. CZ pled guilty to federal charges for failure to implement proper AML controls at Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange in terms of daily volumes, according to a statement. With a reported net worth of approximately 60 billion of them things. CZ is the wealthiest person ever to serve in a federal prison, and today he goes to bed a free man. So shout out to CZ who did his stint, you know what I'm saying, and came out clean. I bet he walked out into a nice car, had him a nice dinner, probably at one of the finest restaurants in town, compliments of Bitcoin. And, it's just, I think in this world, it's crazy because you're literally watching the dichotomy of society. It's almost like a cell. When a cell goes through division, right? It's called meiosis, I believe. O-S-I-S. Something like that. And this is basically when a cell divides, right? Essentially, this is what's happening with the world, with the economy, with fiat currency and blockchain technology. They're like pulling apart with government and sovereignty. That's a good word. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's a lot of people that are oblivious to the true meaning of what is sovereignty, right? Not necessarily sovereignty immunity, but what does it mean to be autonomous to thyself, right? No superior authority. Do you know that the word government really means to control one's mind? To govern or control mind. So there's a theory floating around the corners of the internet that this is all just one big simulation. It's all one dream, and the government is really just a fictitious entity that the part of the mind invented to control itself. It's almost like Inception, right? Haven't seen this movie. Great movie. But it's almost like Inception, where the girl draws the maze, right? And so he tells her to design a maze that takes me longer to get through, right? So the theory is, if this is all just one big dream, one just big, idealistic depiction of reality, that the government is almost there to devise a way to keep humanity from evolving at a faster rate than what has been procured to do so, right? And note also that the maze that the girl comes up with is a labyrinth, right? And I know we go get to Bitcoin in a minute. My mind just jumped down a rabbit hole, so I gotta see it all the way through. Labyrinth goes back to Pan's Labyrinth. If you haven't seen this movie, another great movie with Ophelia of Elea, right? Divine and sovereign in her own right. And when I thought of this the other day, there's literally just these dots just connected, like when I did this video. Doesn't that look like a cross section of the human brain? Like if you were gonna look at human brain, right? It's very similar. Like nothing happens on accident. So I think, it's a very important distinction to realize that, oh wait, maybe humans can be sovereign, with regards to defining their own power, their own right, their own existence, and denying any superficial control or restraints placed there within. But that hasn't happened yet. And nonetheless, here we are. CZ is a free man, 60 billion to his name, and BNB has a great chance to lead the market, as it has numerous times before, and be one of the catalysts we need for alt season 25. You know what I'm saying? Right now it's sitting at $600. This chart has a lot of upside potential. When you look at the innards of it, this thing is pretty fluid with what it's been. It's still running out on its first cycle. This is just breakdown. We need a little bit of flat line. We got to catch between the 2.2 and the 2.4. But once that happens, this thing could easily be off to the races, to go up back to that 3.2. And that would give you a gain of, are they going to let me click it? There it goes. 29% BTC, right? That's not too shabby. Like, one of the things I like about Binance is this is a gateway coin. Like, when you look at the economy itself, it literally is Wall Street of the blockchain, right? So it's interesting that the predecessors of Wall Street, the oligarchs, they see the new boy on the block, they like, oh no, who invited you? How did you get here? Like, oh, you gotta pay us. Oh, you dealing with criminals. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need all your data right now. Oh, you not gonna give it to us? Let's go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So this is the world we live in. You know, new ideas are not oftenly accepted. Again, going back to the idea of sovereignty and mental control, like new ideas are often, you know, flabbergasted at when they come about. It's like with the quote with Bitcoin, it's like first they doubt you, then they laugh at you, then they envy you. Like now, you know, this is a force to be reckoned with. Bitcoin is still only $2 trillion. It's only $1 trillion market cap and another trillion in the altcoin. This is one of the top 10 altcoins right here. And when you do the math on it, now do the math on that. When you do the math on it, CZ went to jail, I think, right around here. He only did like 4 months, you know. He went to jail like right there. But I think the SEC announced that they were going to be investigating Binance right around here. And the people that knew about the SEC investigating Binance, i.e. politicians, i.e., you know what I'm saying, Nancy Pelosi, i.e., those that control and pay for the government to enact its policies, sold at the top. So this chart is really, could be argued, the only reason it went down is because the SEC had to flex their muscles and send one of the most innovative thinkers advancing blockchain to jail. You know, and derail it. Like, it's literally, if you look up what is derailment, like, bam, there you go. Down 62% over the course of 18 months. But the technology's still there. The economy's still there. The community, I believe, is still there. And it still has, what? How many coins are on Binance? A lot. $380 coins and 1,000 trading pairs, and it's doing $10 billion in volume a day. This is indeed, you know, a gateway portal for crypto. You know, it was one of the best coins to trade. I think when it came out, it was crazy. It went up like, you know, ridiculous amounts, copious amounts of money were made in the early days. And now we're seeing it proliferate through time and space. But I think this event in itself, CZ being released, I don't know how active he's going to be, like, on Binance. Like, he'll probably, honestly, he's got enough money. He might just chill on an island somewhere for a couple years. Maybe he'll go have lunch with Elon Musk and see if Elon want to do something together. Like, who knows what the future holds for this guy. I don't know if he's going to be able to get involved with BNB again. You know, having a rep sheet, I think they kind of got a thing. I don't think it was a felony. Was it a felony? Like, is he a felon? Can he get a job? Can he still have a W-2? You know what I'm saying? Like, can he vote in the upcoming elections? Because that's a thing. People still do that. So, you know, you never know what CZ wants to do. You never know. The future is bright, right? And it's pretty good for BNB. Again, this is a top 10 coin. It's starting to become, you know, interesting. You know, I think once we break above, say, this point right here, that's about 10,000, just call it even 10,000 Satoshis. Right now we're sitting at like 91.9, so it still got another 10% to the north. And I think we need some more. It has to be another event. All I hear all day is BlackRock buying Bitcoin, MicroStrategy buying Bitcoin, but the price is still staying the same. You know, so it's like it has to be another event. Now, what could be happening behind the scenes, I know we have a change of the guard here in the United States to where one puppet is going to replace another. And everyone's going to get all excited about which puppet they get to see dance on stage next. But eventually, the chicken's going to come home to roost. And we have the longest running bull market in the history of the free world, quote, free world. And it's been going about 18 years. So, being that Bitcoin is a global asset, being that altcoins are a derivative of Bitcoin, I think when that transition happens, I think that's when we start to see the inevitable. Plus, we have, you know, global conflict, you know, because, you know, when the only tool you got is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail. And so you paid for one of the biggest militaries in the history of humanity. It's time to go use it. So it's so many things happening. I don't think this market is going to be as optimistic as it is, especially when you start to look at what's going on with Dow Jones, and Warren Buffett is pulling his money off the table and it's still getting higher. That's essentially the smart money has left the building, right? And then you look at what happened with the last CV-19 correction, where everything just shut down. The better part of 18 months. It's just interesting to see. I think when we dip, if we dip, that's probably going to be where we look to fall, right? You could even do it down to down like this. Yeah, it's going to be a bad fall. Like, it has to happen. It hasn't happened in almost 20 years. And this is this one. Yeah, so this is kind of baked into this thing. I think the highest Wall Street could get is 44,000. It's a harmonic number. That's going to be the first fall. This thing just keep going. It keep going. Like, look, that look like Bitcoin, don't it? But it's not. Not even close. Right. Let me see. I haven't done a Wall Street chart in a long time. It goes all the way back, but we want post-recession. So if we're looking at this thing for the first time with new eyes, can't get it on that. 3-day. Yeah, there it goes. That's fair enough. Yeah, that's where it wants to go, 20,000. It wants to retest. I was trying to get back to that COVID because I'm like, something happened. Like, it basically established the floor, right? But that's it, 20,000, and that's going back to 88. So we just broke through this artificial window. So I guess theoretically it could get up to 50. I don't see that happening on this wave. That's probably going to be 10 years from now on the next after the correction happens, when it comes back around. But that's where the fall will be, right around 25,000. Right now it's at 42. So you're looking at a down of 60%, 50% on the inevitable. But Bitcoin is correlated to that. So Bitcoin has a chance to crash too. When that happens, if that happens, Bitcoin more than likely will be adversely affected. But what's going to happen in the interim before Wall Street, because Wall Street takes about 2 years to recover. Like, if you go back and look at the time, like, I was there between 2007, it really didn't start to build back momentum until like 2011. Everything was basically shut down. Banks were not giving out money. It was a crazy time. So it takes like 18 months, plus the government have to do new policies. We got to do cash for clunkers, get people to sell their old cars and go finance some new cars. It's like they have to come up with these creative ideas to, quote, stimulate the economy. But, and that takes time. So, we'll probably go below 24, 25, as low as, 16, on an extreme sell-off, buy back up around 20. But during that time, during that 18 months, I think that's when the fiduciaries are really going to turn up the juice and start converting it all to crypto. When the fiat becomes worthless, that's when the light will switch and the floodgates will open into crypto. And you'll look at Bitcoin, 1 week it's at 32,000, the next week it's at 40, the next week it's at 50, the next week it's at 60, and regular people won't even be able to accumulate it because they don't have any jobs. That's the greatest transformation of wealth, and that's what we have to look forward to. So until then, liberate thyself, free your mind, and the rest will follow. And shout out to ZZ, 50 billion on the chain. And he is, a free man as it stands today. I think the words of this video, you really want to become cognizant of the artificial controls placed around you, and more importantly, observant of the opportunities that lie there within. So, with that being said, everybody, it's that time of the day. Signing out. Boss. Boy BK, no matter where you stay. Brazil to Bay, California, all the way back out through Germany. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. Hit that thumbs up button for a player one time. Do that for me if you appreciate mine. Till we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.
Like a boss.
Huh.